Great. Thank you very much for taking the time, Mr. Gill.
Thank you.
I want to talk with you a little bit about the electric mobility, the electrification, and your opinion about it, and how you see the industry growing, how you see the society impacted by electrification. But let's start a little bit with your background. Tell us about you, who you are, what you do. And,
Well, Sohinder Gill. I'm 45 years into two-wheeler automotive in India. All the like Hondas and Yamahas, etc. And for the last 15 years, I'm into electric with Hero Electric now. I'm a mechanical engineer from Delhi, and sort of all my life I have gone through all the stages of manufacturing projects, international business, strategic planning projects, and heading the business for the last 15 years now. Parallelly, I started a society of manufacturers of electric vehicles around 15 years back, which is like a policy organization. And I'm a Director General of SMEV also for the last 15 years now, which interacts with the government for futuristic policies about electric vehicles in India. So there are two roles that I play.
Okay, very fascinating, yeah. And maybe you can tell us a little bit more about Hero Electric itself. Yeah? So what is the vision of the company, why it's here, what is your long-term goal?
Right. See, Hero Electric is a part of, was a part of a big Hero group, if you know. Like Hero is, it was largest two-wheeler company in the world at some point of time, motorcycles, which is petrol motorcycles and scooters. In 2012, the group split into 4 verticals, and out of that, one of the verticals which was doing electric became Hero Electric, which started in 2008. So it finally broke away from the main group and then became electric. So electric means this part of the group now is having the brand of Hero for non-liquid fuel-based vehicles, which means anything to do with environment friendly on the vehicle side. We have the brand Hero in India and the world for that. So that is how it was split. So we call ourselves clean fuel people against the dirty fuel of my friends.
Okay. And is there any still collaboration with the dirty?
No, it's only in parties and friends across. But in business, we are competing. In fact, we are anti each other. Yeah. So obviously, we're still against each other. We say that they are bad guys. Get out of that dirty fuel. Come to us.
Yeah, I see. But so you are not sharing, for example, the axles?
Nothing at all. Yeah. Okay. We are competing now.
Interesting. Who's winning?
Obviously, we started 15 years back, so we are market leaders. But they will enter one day. They have, in fact, entered, but they don't have the brand right. So they have to build the brand. But they can do electric also.
So they can move into
electric. They can. Any of those 4 groups can do anything they want to. That's not a restriction. But the brand built over 15 years in India is so strong. So that goes along with us. That's the difference.
Yeah, and I saw around here as I got a tour, I saw many posters like "There's no planet B, make it better, think electric." Yeah. So I really see that there's a long-term vision also, like a motivation for doing
right. So because electric is a difficult business, unless you have a passion or a vision, you can't run it like a normal business. It's you have to have deep pockets. You have to be prepared to make losses, and you have to be prepared to take the team, partnerships and network go along with you in their journey of even making losses. For example, for first 10 years, none of our businesses like network, dealership, distributor was making any money out of the business. Still they were with us. Why? Because they also were able to understand the philosophy of being in a line which is futuristic, which is good for the environment and which is good for the country. So that is equally important as much as making money in this.
Yes. Yeah, I think I share the same passion for humanity with you. Still, I think we have to make money. Yeah? So, and I think if you look at the numbers now about the projections for electrification, I think the change is there. Yeah? So I think now, in the last 2 years, it's really growing the industry. Right?
Yeah, surely. It was earlier not to lose much money. So we were very thrifty, we were very frugal. But now surely the time has come when we have broken even, we have break even now here. We have started making money. More than us, the network, the supply chain, everybody has started making money before us. So that's more important for us.
It's interesting that you talk about this ecosystem, I would say, yeah? out suppliers, dealers, and so on. So, are you actively building this ecosystem? Is there any vision for the ecosystem around with, I don't know, collaborating with universities or with dealers, or is it naturally growing like a?
See, because of association, heading the association, as well as market leadership, it became imperative for us to take care of ecosystem right from day one, because we knew that you can't sell a vehicle and forget about it, because there's nothing around that to support it. So many small things, for example, skill building. When we introduced the vehicle, we found that nobody could repair the electronics part of it on the road. And in India, you don't go to authorized service station. India is a vast country. So any roadside mechanic is supposed to open the vehicle and see at least something is wrong, try and do something about it. So our endeavor has been to do those type of things, ecosystem-wise. One of them is skill building. Today we have sort of trained 10,000 roadside mechanics who were doing petrol vehicles to open up any of the electric two-wheelers, not only ours, to see if something can be done if it has gone wrong. So they are being graduated from level 1 to level 2 to level 3, and we are training those guys to be ready for future. Similarly, for the range anxiety, although the two-wheelers that we do, they normally do 100 kilometers per charge, which is good enough for any Indian situation. But still there is a possibility of a range anxiety coming in because of sometimes power is not there, sometimes you have to go to long distances. So as company, we try to evolve a range anxiety alleviation system by small, low-cost Wi-Fi enabled charging infrastructure in big numbers across India, which is not my business, but we got partners into it. So now you can find on our website or anywhere, if you go to a dealer, so many of Wi-Fi enabled charging infrastructure around the dealership, where anybody who is having our scooter or any of our two-wheelers of the competition also can simply go there, get a little bit of top up and go home if there's an issue or something. So like that, that's the second part, charging infrastructure, skill building. Then is the awareness of you are doing good to the country, good to the society, good to your own family if you're buying an electric vehicle. So that goes along with when a customer comes in to buy a vehicle, that okay, you are choosing to buy something which is not only good for your pocket, but good for the country also. So that gets a little high onto the guys. We started a green helmet campaign. Whenever we give the customer buys a scooter, he is given a green helmet with a Hero Electric. All he has to do is when he passes another Hero Electric with a green helmet, he says like this, I have done something good for the environment, you have also done good. So those small things keep adding up for sort of giving a differentiation to a customer that he has done something good for himself, good for the country.
Yeah, and I mean, I was now in Delhi last days, and I think the pollution is an issue, so I think the vehicles can help to
They can greatly help, because pollution, ambient pollution, may be taking time to settle down. But we say it's tunnels of toxicity on the Indian roads, because that is where bumper to bumper traffic is there, and so many thousands of cars move up and down and two-wheelers move, and they spew so much of smoke onto the road. So it is sort of a cloud on which you are driving through every day. So even if you are able to reduce tailpipe emission to zero, ambient can be later, that is straight away helping the health of the people on the road users. So the first attempt is to have that type of a cleanliness onto the traffic. And then that spills over to obviously end-to-end clean energy, which at a policy level, government is doing great things like solar and wind, and so many renewable energies are being backed up, so that it doesn't remain only a vehicle, it is an end-to-end solution of a cleaner transportation.
Interesting, and I mean, you mentioned the government. Is the government also actively supporting the supply chain here? That they want to basically build battery factories or become more active in the system, besides just assembling?
The first few years were very difficult for us when the government was trying to understand what it is, but not really involved, because there was so much of a great two-wheeler industry we have, and we make something like 16 million non-electric petrol two-wheelers in a year. And everybody is happy with those products, Heroes and Yamahas, etc. But after last 4-5 years, government has been very, very clear about it, that enough is there on the crude oil that we are wasting or importing, and the environment we are polluting. So they have come very, very heavily, sort of trying to incentivize mobility in a big way. And one of them is a direct incentive to the customer. So today my vehicle on the road is 30 to 40% cheaper, because government subsidizes to the customer straight away. So this vehicle is otherwise something like I would say $1,600 to the customer, but government gives around $600, $700 and makes it $1,000. So from that point of view, straight away customer adoption increases. Then government is very keen in infrastructure support. So they are trying to put a lot of charging infrastructure now on the highways and on the artery roads here from the main cities. And third is awareness. They are spreading big money now in spreading the awareness of electric mobility. So many things government is doing, especially on public transport, for example, for buses. They are having a big sort of a dream of 10,000 electric buses in one or 2 years from now.
Yeah, I read also that they're planning 70 to 80% adoption for the 2 and 3 wheelers
Yes.
2030.
That's right. That's a dream.
It's
That's a big money,
ambitious.
big quantity.
Yeah, and I mean it's a big impact also in the end. So we are talking about the Tesla, but I think we need to talk about
No, India moves on 2 wheels.
yes.
Right, 80% of the transportation in India is on 2 wheels out of the total cars and buses put together.
And how do you see for the I mean we're talking about 2 wheelers now, but how do you see it for the 3 wheelers, for the auto rickshaws, for example? Is that something you're looking into?
Yeah, not we as a company, but as a organization and association, we are promoting that also in a big way because it serves very well for the last mile connectivity as a 3-wheeler, a low-speed 3-wheeler. Really works well because in India you don't have too much of right from home to office any connectivity. There are metros, there are buses, but then you have to sort of go 2 kilometers to catch a bus. So this last mile connectivity is being greatly fulfilled by these electric 3-wheelers now, electric rickshaws we call them. And it has sprung to a big volume all over the country now. Similarly on little higher on the commercial side, 3-wheelers are becoming very popular as a silent and noiseless and pollution-free transportation into the societies and housing, delivering so many goods, like 2-wheelers also. Now you find around 20% of deliveries happening on electric in India, on 2-wheeler and 3-wheelers. Because it's the right way to go. You are going in the middle of night, no problems anywhere, and so cost effective also. So B2B business is doing very well now on electric.
But you are focusing on B2C and B2B of 2-wheelers, right? Not so much.
Yes.
And why is that?
Yeah, because as a company, we have so much on the plate now.
Okay.
A 2-wheeler, we have 16 million, I told you, petrol 2-wheelers, and we have a largest market share, but there's so much to grow. We don't want to fritter our energy. For example, I started an international business covering 8 countries for electric bikes, but I soon sort of kept it on the back bench saying that, oh, it's not the time to waste the energy in so many directions. Similarly, in 2-wheelers, we were always as a group market leaders in 2-wheelers. We want to remain there.
Okay, so you're focusing all your efforts
on that.
Okay, interesting. And is there a collaboration with others? I mean, probably it makes sense to work still on a battery industry, let's say, with the other players working on 3-wheelers, for example.
Yeah, sure. It's not directly company to company, but through association we have 100+ members, and there are all sorts of members. Academia is there, even foreign organizations is there, battery manufacturing guys are there. Everybody is there in that. So that's a platform for people to exchange information, help each other, or contact each other. There are startups there.
Okay.
And startups also get encouraged to start giving some supplies to the OEMs through that route. So there's a facilitation happening through us that, okay, let's get together. We will be competing in the market, but there is a common cause also. So for a common cause, everybody is together and supporting EV in a big way.
And probably the pie is big enough
for
everyone to grow.
It's growing phenomenally. We used to say inflection point is around the corner. Now inflection has happened.
Yes.
So now it's a no holds barred type of a growth. So the more we put in efforts, the more it will grow. And after a while, with the way the crude oil is going high and high, it doesn't make sense for an average Indian to buy any more of petrol vehicles after a while, after he gets the confidence of using electric over a period of years.
And I mean, I heard from your colleagues that the TCO breaks even after 1-2 years. Probably.
Yeah, that's the beauty.
With the incentives probably even earlier, and with the rising oil prices, it's probably...
That's the beauty. And a customer takes, maybe TCO takes little time because 3 years period you understand, 4 years you understand total cost of ownership. But imagine a liter of petrol in India is costing $1.6 now a liter, and you're running 40 kilometers on that $1.6. From the day you buy this vehicle, after subsidy, it becomes as much as a petrol bike. But you are running it only at 10 cents, the same kilometers. So from that point of view, it starts making sense to the customer from day one. And over a period of 4 years, he realizes his product is free straight away. So that's the type of a psyche it builds up.
Plus he gets a green helmet.
Please, and he gets, when he talks to his friends and others, I bought it also for environment.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the type of thing.
Okay, where do you see, like, if you can give a last statement, where do you see the industry growing? What you want to give the learners from the course for the 2- and 3-wheeler industry on a global level? Is there anything you want to share in perspective why this is important?
Yeah, see, half the world, I believe, is still on affordable vehicles, whether it is small cars or 2-wheelers or 3-wheelers. So there's enough room for the world to change to this low-hanging fruit. I would say fine, Teslas and bigger cars will also make a mark in US, Canada, Europe, etc. But the rest of Africa, Latin America, Middle East, Far East, etc., there is so much of potential to change from all this, so much of, we are going to hit into that dark era of non-sustainability. It's time to change that. And the time to change is now. And there is a proven product, proven technology, everything is falling in place. So the world has to collaborate. For example, lithium, why are we hoarding today when we don't think it is going to be future after 20 years? So let's collaborate. All countries should collaborate, have a common pool to see to it that there is one objective today. The globe cannot be destroyed. Our planet cannot be sort of only for us. It has to be for future generations. And electric is one way of answering to that.
Thank you very much.
Most welcome.
Inspiring.
Pleasure talking to you, Christoph.
Likewise. Thank you very much.